Fluoride should never be added to our water supply, and there are plenty of compelling reasons why. Fluoride harms the environment. 99% of fluoride added to water never touches a tooth. It ends up on your lawn, or down your shower drain or toilet. The result is waste that pollutes.
And have simply been reassigned to domestic duty to work with a private security company, specifically for the purposes of carrying out this highly illegal program that's being run against TIs all over America. So full-blown TIs, what I would call people that are getting the voice to skull, the frequency, and the organized stalking, I have heard is between
the environment. Fluoridation chemicals are toxic even at low doses. There are two compounds used for fluoridating water supplies today, namely sodium silica fluoride and hydrofluorosilicic acid. These are the waste products from the wet scrubbing systems of the fertilizer industry and are classified as
$1 and $2 million, and that could be completely off. But one of the things I'm concerned about is the technology as it's being researched and developed in Seattle utilizes emotion manipulation and behavior manipulation without the game stalking and without the voice to skull aspects. And so
as hazardous waste. Fluoride is also the only unregulated drug that is forced as a mass medication on the population, with no control of dosing or frequency. In February 2014, researchers from Harvard University listed fluoride as one of the top developmental neurotoxicants. 37 studied
this use of the technology can be done very covertly to the point where the person it's being used against will not know that this technology is being used against them. And that is one of my main concerns and one of the reasons why I want to bring more light to this technology and to this issue, because this technology could potentially be
showed a link between fairly modest fluoride exposure and lowered IQ in children. The poison warning on toothpaste labels is enough to sound the alarm. A mere 1/4 milligram of toothpaste ingested and you are advised to call the poison control. Beware, that could be the same amount found in 1 glass of fluoridated water.
used against tens to hundreds of millions of Americans every day. I mentioned in some of my podcasts how there are field effects where they will not direct this technology at an individual, but create a general field of frequency.
Centers for Disease Control and Prevention admits that 41% of adolescents now have dental fluorosis, which occurs from an excess of fluoride. This is a condition where tooth enamel becomes progressively discolored and mottled. Dental fluorosis is not just a cosmetic issue. It can affect other tissues, such as your bones and brain, if they've been overexposed to fluoride as well.
In a geographical area, so that everybody that within that geographical area is feeling the effects of the technology. It's more of a general application of the technology instead of an individual specific application of the technology. But when you consider that use of it and the fact that it is used for emotion and thought and behavior modification, then we can.
These problems are a real health threat, prompting 98% of Europe to not fluoridate its water. Fluoride can harm you by damaging your bones and brain, lowering your IQ, causing thyroid dysfunction, and harming your teeth, contrary to what is promoted. You can find this
to potentially be looking at many, many millions of people across the country that are under the influence of the technology today, right now.
Hundreds of people in the valley say they are hearing voices in their heads. The voices are being transmitted by microwave or other methods.
Well, several viewers.
substance in your tap water, in your toothpaste, and even in pesticide and fertilizer residue on the food you eat. There are different ways you can avoid fluoride and its potential side effects. Stop drinking fluoridated water. Teach your child not to swallow toothpaste. Avoid using fluoridated salt and stick to raw, organic, wholesome.
Asked us to investigate what they call electronic harassment. KMIR6's Angela Monroe joins us now with what she's discovered. Angela.
Electronic harassment, synthetic telepathy, voice-to-skull technology. Chances are you haven't heard of these terms, but after searching the internet, I found dozens of websites dedicated
to food instead of processed goods. Ask the pharmacist if your medication contains fluoride. It's high time to get fluoridation chemicals out of the public water supply. When over 99% is sent down the drain and into the environment, it hardly touches a tooth and provides the much heralded benefit.
phenomenon, and several Valley residents who say they're victims.
How much more can you invade me than to go into my brain?
It sounds like somebody else is reading the book, only it's thoughts.
We're not having a group hallucination. This is actually something that's happening.
These men all live in the area, didn't know each other before the voice.
If experts and consumers are convinced of the benefits fluoride may provide, then it should be kept in the toothpaste, where it can be applied topically and out of the clean water supply. There is no logical reason to ingest this toxic poison in the form of drinking water.
Started and say someone is playing mind games with them.
Mostly it's a lot of derogatory comments about whatever you're thinking about.
Kevin Bond says he used to have a normal life.
When I was living in the San Diego area, I was clerking for a federal judge, and I noticed that I was being followed by a whole bunch of people.
According to the websites, what Bond is describing is
All right, you will note here where the fluorine has just been introduced that there is a distinct stimulation of all the cells as they react to the poison. This we take to be a defense.
called gang stalking. He moved to Palm Springs to escape.
I started hearing, as you'll hear, hearing voices, and what they'll call voice to skull or microwave hearing.
Bob Stansfield says his experience was similar and started a decade ago.
They were active in following me.
To the poison. This we take to be a defense mechanism. Then things begin to slow up and reproduction is definitely inhibited.
Here, and I started hearing the voices a little bit after the vehicular stalking.
Randall Ringer says the voices started when he was undergoing chemotherapy.
The first thing that was said was Randall Ringer. And
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it. Write for Pollution Booklet, Box 1771, Radio City Station, New York.
Stop.